America. Please welcome Lenny.
Lenny. Here he is, the very funny and entertaining John
Leonard.
Lenny. John.
Please welcome the man who had the vision, Lenny.
Please welcome John.
I possess the DNA of Leonard.
And here he is, John.
He's also a movie star. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Leonard.
Would you welcome, please, John?
The Lenny and John Show.
We are live, Lenny.
Hey.
Back.
Yeah, we're in the tubes.
With our new intro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
We've had it for a few weeks now. But
yeah, we almost, we got it on the air momentarily last show, but things went awry, as usual.
I like that. That's strong.
It is. It almost sounds professional-ish.
It sounded like somebody put some work into it, and it wasn't me.
Yeah, it took me a couple minutes. A couple minutes on the computer.
Well, that's how you're close personal friends with Ellen DeGeneres and Leonard Nimoy.
That's right. Yeah. You know, they actually came to me for that.
So, oh, yeah? They said, hey, what can we do for you?
What can we do for you? How can we make the Lenny and John show more successful?
How can we get that 114th subscriber?
That's right.
I think the actual number is 114.
All right, so before we go any further, Lenny, this is the time we welcome our listener.
Uh-huh.
I always accidentally add the yes. And let them know how they can get in here.
How they can get in touch.
How they can get in touch.
All right,
if they're so lonely and pathetic, they need to talk to somebody.
Oh, man.
Share an anecdote.
We should swap our number out for the suicide hotline thing.
That's the same thing.
If
one prevents it, one causes it.
If busy, call this number.
All right. Do we actually have anybody in the chat room yet?
You know,
not yet.
Not yet.
But it takes these things take time.
Yeah. Either that or I don't know how to do it anyways.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the details are lennyandjohnshow@gmail.com.
That's
website
the email.
www.lennyandjohnshow.com.
It's the awesome website.
Awesome website. We do have a Facebook page. I just assume it's just Lenny and John Show.
It's Lenny and John Show, yeah.
And Twitter is at Lenny John Show because the whole "and" thing.
Yeah, it's too many words. It's too big.
Too many words.
Too big.
All right. Skype is Lenny and John Show. And the telephone number for those east of the Rockies is 1-800.
Yes, Mr. Bell.
1-803-575-0700, and the wild card line is 803-575-0700.
Did you ever understand when Art would put out those numbers, what they actually, the east of the Rockies and the west of the Rockies and the wild card and the first time caller line? Why did he have all those different numbers?
I heard him explain one of it.
Was it just to keep track of them, or was there an actual purpose where
I don't know.
One didn't work east of the Rockies? And
some 800 numbers you can't use.
Well, I mean, in the old days, I thought they kind of now that everybody's doing kind of unlimited long distance and nobody really pays per minute anymore and all that stuff, I figured you could call anywhere in America and the price didn't make a difference as far as 800 numbers and everything, even regular phones. But because when I was looking into 800 numbers for us,
right,
the price, it didn't matter where they call it from.
Right.
But I figured that one call, I didn't figure it deemed an 800 number. So.
And see that what was the wild card line? What is that one?
Was that just a call if you weren't on topic, or if it was just talk about anything?
Oh,
maybe.
Maybe. I guess that would
So
make
that's our wild card line, because you can talk about anything.
sense. Yeah. Just call.
Just call, please.
Please. So lonely.
So lonely. Even, we haven't really gotten any crank calls yet. So if we could get some calls where they just play the radio in the background and we have to keep telling them to turn it down.
Turn down your computer, listener.
Did I tell you when I was a youngster, back in the day, I used to, of course, listen to talk radio. And Sally Jesse Raphael used to be, this is before she made it big. She was on a station in Buffalo, New York. And a couple times I would call up and actually get on the air with her and I would just hold the phone up to the radio. And one time, for a minute straight, she just kept asking me to turn down the radio.
Really?
And it was just kept going. It's endless loop of her asking me to turn on the radio again and again and again. It just kept going, and she would not hang up on me, and I would just hold it right up to the radio. And it would just keep going and going. It was pretty funny.
You should see if you could find that.
Oh yeah, I don't know, because that was before she was syndicated or anything.
That's Lenny and John history.
That was good stuff. So if somebody wants to do that to us, we can go all night doing that. We'll play that loop all night long. 2 hours of please turn down your internet.
Well, see, I almost got my father arrested for me making prank phone calls. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad scene. Apparently, I'd made prank phone calls to these people that I knew home, and they were actually getting threatening phone calls.
Oh, jeez, Lenny.
So my father had to talk with the police.
But your father was a cop, though, right?
Not at the time. No. This is in Virginia.
Oh, so this is after.
This is after. Yeah.
So did he? When the phone cops came, did he say, I'm on the job?
No, they were real cops.
Did he say, I'm on the job?
He said, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who you're talking to?"
I'm on the job.
But he played it cool that whole day, and then
later he beat you senseless.
No, later in the evening, I'm back doing my thing, whatever I was doing that day.
Did you know the police had shown up?
No.
Oh, so you had no idea.
I had no idea that this was coming. And
did he know it was you?
Oh yeah, it was pretty easy to figure out.
Well, it was you or your brother, right?
Yeah, I think my brother was. There's something that it was easy to tell. My brother.
I mean, you would be my obvious first choice, but
yes,
I wouldn't rule out your brother right away.
Not right away, but so the way it went down is so I'm doing something in my bedroom and reading or whatever, and my dad calls out and he says, "I have a visitor," and I was like, "Huh?" I was like, I wasn't expecting anybody.
Certainly not the police.
Certainly not a sheriff. And so immediately I had to do a quick recall of what
did I do?
What petty crimes have I been involved in the past?
What story do I need?
What cold cases have been uncovered?
Wow. So what did they do to you?
Actually, they were there to determine that I wasn't making the really threatening prank.
Oh,
phone
you weren't
call.
the threat guy. Okay.
No, I wasn't the threat guy.
Now, what was your now, okay, let's clear this up first. Is it crank call or prank call? Because I've heard both used.
I don't know.
Because crank yankers, but crank call. Now, I think crank originated from back when you had to crank the phone in the old times, and you just crank it a bunch of times and see who answered.
Like a growler on the.
Like a growler, yeah. But the old times it was like your ring was like 3 rings or 2 rings or whatever it was. Little House on the Prairie or whatever it was.
Right. Did you hear she collapsed?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars. It's a stupid show, but.
In what sense has anybody a star there?
Not really, no.
Or Wilder, some football players.
Yeah, a couple. It's like the Pittsburgh Steelers flock to that show.
Is there another Pittsburgh Steeler on there?
Well, just Heinz Ward is the only one I know of, really. But
yeah,
it just makes me think the whole team flocks there.
Okay.
You probably got Ben out back raping them as they come out at the stage door.
Was it Jerry Rice was on there?
Jerry Rice was on there, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a couple. I watched the opening episode this season, And there's a couple that really... Oh, Martina Navratilova was on there.
Urkel's on there.
It's like two men dancing together watching that.
Urkel,
Urkel was actually pretty good. He was pretty good, but Martina was bad. I think she was kicked off the first show.
Yeah, I think she was the one.
Yeah, she was awful. She looked like a man. And
I got a sense that Urkel is probably pretty talented. I mean,
yeah, and he seems nothing like his character. I mean, obviously
no, of course not. To pull that off, I mean,
that must have been quite a turmoil, not turmoil, but a worry for him coming off that show, whether or not he'd be, the typecast, always be the Urkel guy. But I think he's pulled it off where, I guess he's just not doing anything anymore. But
I think he's been a murderer on Law and Order or something.
Has he? Everybody goes to Law and Order. I guess there's so many different ones. They run out of people to be on it.
Yeah, there's like Law and Order Monday night.
Yeah, Special Victims Unit and Criminal Intent and Special Parking Victims, and there's all different ones.
Don't touch my wiener.
Don't touch my wiener. I did touch your wiener, and there's all different ones. I touched the kid's wiener. And, yeah, there's all kinds of.
I like the one with the guy.
I can see that quote being taken out of context there.
Yeah.
That sound clip.
Yeah, it's touching my wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those shows. Those are pretty good shows. They're usually pretty engaging.
Paige doesn't like to let me watch them because usually it's like a guy murdering his wife, and she's convinced. She convinces like research for me on how I'm gonna murder her and
gonna give you
get
ideas.
away with the perfect crime. Yeah, she's told everybody if she dies of unnatural causes, I'm the guilty party.
Check one of the episodes.
Yeah, I'm the one.
Well, most people do die from natural causes, so.
Well, if she dies from unnatural causes, or yeah, probably even natural ones there.
Right. I mean,
poisoned her or something.
I'd assume getting pushed off of a
gravity
into traffic or off a bridge.
Yeah, these things happen.
Yeah, that's pretty natural.
Oh,
Physics is natural.
That's right. So you've had a big week.
Hang on.
Okay.
We're wrapping up the thing with the phone.
Okay.
And
I thought we were done, but go ahead.
Oh no. So
more.
I had to explain to him. So the weird thing is that I realized that when I was making the prank phone call, there was like a lot of time. They're keeping me on the phone for a long time. But what I was doing was I was telling them that their kids, who I knew, I was talking to the mother, that their kids were rummaging through our garbage, and I think we saw them eating.
Now this woman knew you.
She didn't. I mean, she knew me, but she didn't I hadn't seen her in like years, and I hadn't,
I was gonna say she couldn't recognize your voice.
No.
Okay.
I was doing an adult voice.
Oh, yeah, the big boy voice. Okay. Bob Spreaker voice. Yeah.
Hello. Your children have been rummaging through my garbage.
This is not Lenny. Your children are in my garbage.
I think they've been eating food. Do you feed your children?
Oh my God.
And if so, what?
That's what you said to her?
Something stupid
like that. Oh my God. Where did you come up with this idea for the garbage eaters?
Oh no.
Garbage pail kids?
No idea. It just kind of evolved.
It just came to you, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So let's back up. When you went down there and your dad and the sheriff is down there.
Yeah.
Did you know? At some point, did you realize before they said to you? Did you know what you were in trouble for?
No, there's probably been a laundry list of crimes that I committed in the past week.
So how did they approach you with the crime?
They tied it all together. I think I let them talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think they gave me the, do you know why we're here?
Said,
no, I do not, officer.
I'm a good boy. I'm just reading my book.
I'm just a kid.
I'm just a kid.
How can I do anything? I'm under 18. You can't touch me.
Now, how old were you at this point?
Oh, I don't know. I might have been 16.
Oh, Lenny. 16.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't driving yet, and so I must have been 15.
Find something to do.
So yeah, I had to find something to do.
All right, so they.
I wasn't smoking crack or nothing.
Not yet. We'll get to that.
Not yet.
So
I didn't come much.
So they said, Lenny, did you make these phone calls? Is that about it, or?
Oh well, they laid it out, and I I realized
Broke down in tears.
No, I realized that